Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Rams. With that, we're out to LA for the Rams home opener in their third season back home. Standing by, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Rams. Seated next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, this one featuring a couple of playoff teams from a season ago, back at it again in 2019.
And we both felt the confidence from both of these teams, right? They feel like they will be back in the playoffs again, but they shouldn't be overconfident. 7 teams last year made the playoffs that didn't make it the previous year, so you're not assured of going back year after year.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Ryan Tannehill will be orchestrating the offense, the top 10 pick back in 2012.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Here's the second year back from Southern Miss, Ito Smith. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. And the offensive starters here for Los Angeles.
A second-round pick out of LSU. The league's about to get their first real extended look at running back Darius Geis, who missed all of his rookie season with a knee injury, but he was ultra-productive in college with over 3,000 yards rushing. A strong runner inside, can also get to the perimeter. He's fortunate enough that the knee injury happened early enough in the season last year that he should be ready to go for all of 2019.
A pass there complete to Westbrook. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Second and 10, Tannehill once more. They'll set up the screen to Smith. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his first-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a first down.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Running the jet sweep with Ridley. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tannehill. Safarian Jenkins has it. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. You think back to the Super Bowl against New England, the Rams never even got into the red zone in that game, and now here they are in the red zone on their opening drive with a first down. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we've got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. On the ground, Geis. And Geis is going to be stopped short as he did not get the push he needed. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
80 weapons. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. In your face.
Jones throwing on 1st down. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. Give him a couple on the catch at 2nd and 8.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on foot. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The inside linebacker, Danny Trevathan, gets the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Hey, high 7. 58, come on. Oh, here we go. Oh. Deuce. Say, lock it. Hit it.
Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
They'll run it here. This is James White. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Loaded. Recon, 132 fighter. Kill. He's coming. Fair. Ready.
They'll run with Jonathan Williams for the first time. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's now 4 tackles for loss if you add the 3 he had last week to the 1 here in the first quarter.
And some of it comes from vision. And when you're playing defensive end, especially with those teams that want to take their D-ends and move them out a little bit wider so they can see into the offensive backfield, they can see things develop, able to make plays, then they use their athletic ability to take over and spill them.
Hey, exit.
To throw on 3rd down. Jones. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down. They gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
The Saints on 4th down last year, 13 of 16, second best in the league, and they'll try it here.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Go on. Step.
Here we go with Williams. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in plus territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field.
No, he wasn't coming off the field, and he wasn't letting the offense go with him at all. He said, we're staying out here, and we're picking this one up. That's some leadership right there.
No. 6-6. Pull it high.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. The numbers for Williams a week ago: 12 carries, 98 yards, too shy of 100.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Check 3. Set. Back.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a 1st down.
Pilot, 64. Reach.
58, Mike. Hey, keep it up. Tight dog. 36.
Look, squeeze, shoot.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Williams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Hey, 2.
59, Mark. Check, 59. Rapid.
Undercrush.
Throwing Jones. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Chopper!
25, check 25. Check 50. Check the backer.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there, pushes this to fourth down.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding third and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at
it. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Ryan Tannehill now, leading his offense back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
After the penalty, it's Smith. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Back to throw, Tannehill. But he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 41-yard line. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career.
70, Indy. 56.
A first down carry for Smith. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice. Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run, because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Rams on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. The open man is Westbrook. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get only 4 that time, as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's Jones on first down. Open man is Ross, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season.
Check 37, check 37, check 3, check 3.
Go out. 5.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
Here we go. 30 base.
Come on, QB, come on.
On first down, it's Tannehill. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. Here's Tannehill, and he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Sam Martin now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's taken it around the 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Saints to take over. They were able to defeat Houston last week. They lead things here as well as they try to make it 2 victories in a row.
Protein spill.
58, come on. 58,
Smith.
On first down, Jones. It's complete to Williams. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on second down. Jones. And his throw is incomplete. Darrell Roberts right there on the coverage. This defense tried to do its part. Active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Jones operating from the gun. Dancing to his left. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Offense.
So a holding penalty, and that'll send them backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
This one out quickly to Westbrook. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Now, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. A sizable gain there of 9 yards, but it's still 3rd and long.
Make no mistake about it, that's a really dangerous place to run that play. But the way that they're spreading the defense horizontally, you've got to think that as the game goes on, they'll find opportunities vertically downfield as well.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played. But you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. So here are the Saints to take over. They were 3-point winners a week ago. They lead by 3 here as well as they start 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Jones now throwing to start the drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again. Jones. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the 2nd half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Flush to his right, and he's got a noon one. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check. Check. Hot. Check. He's checking. Crash.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
The outlaw. Check 52. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Big Ed. Leo. He's checking crack. Ready.
They will run with White out of the shotgun. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ready? 30 base.
No chance.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jones escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You're talking about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And that right there is something we've seen, I don't know, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
218, chop it. Go. Get it.
Trying to get the run game going. Here's Smith. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Let it go.
On the jet sweep, here's Westbrook. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
10 Lobo.
Check tight, check tight. Check tight.
Cut. Shoot.
They'll try and run for it with Smith. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
They keep it with Smith on first down. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Tannehill finds his tight end Ingram.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. He gets it to Thomas. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment. Play action, it's Tannehill. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit because If you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads and start to cut the tape off, because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Bombers, 22 Jet Bombers.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Hey, Charlie. 58, get it.
Now Jones. And that is incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
80 weapon. Check 13.
Check nickel.
Look at me. Go.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. He'll get 3 up to midfield. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Rock it. Hatch it. Kill. Hey, orbit.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Shoot.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man has got one. It's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down, as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 37.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Opposite.
Check 99. Showing up. You go tight.
Fight.
On the ground, this is Williams. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
59.
Hey, lock it.
Williams. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Let's go. 30 base. Go.
On 2nd and 7, Jones complete. It's Henry. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back to throw. Jones. He's got it complete to Perkins. And he'll be out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Jonathan Williams. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. Throws like that, especially where we sit in the fourth quarter, he's got to be careful.
Yeah, and you know one of my faults is that I often view this game through a defensive back's eyes. And in this situation, your team's losing, it's late, tighter coverage, take a chance and go and try and step in front of one of those and make a big play. So if you're the quarterback, that should be in your head. This is their time to take a gamble.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Rams on third down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Tannehill. A short throw to Ingram. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Here we go on 4th. Tannehill. He's going to go for a big play, and that's caught inside the 35. And he will be marked down inside of New Orleans 10. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. That was a bit of a desperation throw on 4th down. Both receiver and defender go up for it, but he got it. Now they're set up really nicely.
On the other side of the ball, absolute frustration. He was right at the hip of the receiver the entire time, but desperation won.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Ito Smith, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays, and a 9-yard run on the end of it.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They've got the lead by 3, late stages of the game. What's the message here? Just hang on to the football? Is it that simple?
That's exactly right, because ball security is paramount. And you got a small cushion. A field goal can tie you, but you don't even think that way. Just take care of the ball, close out the game.
Will they close it out? We're about to find out.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Go.
Again, it's Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout there. Second, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Williams. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And they take a knee. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So that'll back them up 5. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for New Orleans, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.